In this video, we're checking out the best shooting games on Roblox. You might not agree with our list, so let us know your top picks in the comments. Let's dive in. Rivals is all about duels. It started with 1 versus 1 matches, but now you can play 2 versus 2 and 3 versus 3 matches too. They also added team deathmatch and free-for-all modes, so there are plenty of ways to play. One cool feature is the cross-server matchmaking. This means you can play against people from different servers. You can also customize your game. You can earn charms by defeating specific players with certain weapons as you play. It adds some extra fun to the game. Rivals have a lot of different weapons. You can use rockets, grenades, miniguns, flamethrowers, paintball guns, and even a bow and arrow. Every match in Rivals is different. With various game modes and player strategies, you won't get bored. It makes the game fun to play again and again. Rivals is really popular on Roblox. If you want a shooter game that's fun and has a lot of options, this is a good choice. Combat Arena mixes the bright colors of big paintball with the fast action of Call of Duty. This combination makes it a fun shooter to play. In this game, you can earn kill streaks. When you get kills, you unlock special abilities. Some rewards include a radar to find enemies and a grenade drone that drops bombs on your opponents. These features add a lot to the game. The gameplay is quick and exciting. You can choose from game modes like free-for-all and team deathmatch. Whether you like playing alone or with a team, you'll find something you enjoy. Combat Arena is great for players who want fast action. If you're looking for an intense game that keeps you engaged, this is a good option. Frontlines is built to feel like a traditional shooter, kind of like Call of Duty, but on Roblox. The movements, character models, and maps all look like a regular shooter. It's a bit simpler, but it still gives that classic shooter feel. The graphics in Frontlines are really good for a Roblox game. It has smooth animations and detailed models, which make it look less like a typical Roblox game and more like a full FPS game. Next up is Arsenal. It has a huge fan base and is especially popular with streamers. The game has a lot of replay value and appeals to players of all kinds, making it one of Roblox's top shooter games. Legacy Competitive, or Legacy Comp, is a mode that's loved by many players. While there's a newer competitive mode in the game, many fans still think Legacy Comp is the best. It's fast-paced, challenging, and a favorite for good reason. Another fun mode in Arsenal is Infected. This mode has a unique style that fans enjoy, with gameplay that adds variety and keeps things interesting. Arsenal is a game where skill matters. The more you play, the better you get, which makes it fun for players who like to improve over time. Arsenal rewards practice, so you'll see yourself getting stronger as you keep playing. Phantom Forces has more depth than games like Arsenal. It's made for players who like a more detailed, serious shooter experience. A lot is going on in the game, which keeps it interesting. One big part of Phantom Forces is the loadout customization. You can pick your weapons, add attachments, and set up different builds. This lets you play the game the way you like, with options to match your style. The weapons in Phantom Forces are designed to feel realistic. Each one has its characteristics, so it feels more tactical and precise. If you prefer shooters where you think about each shot, this game is for you. Phantom Forces is popular for its depth and customization, which appeals to players who like a more advanced shooter. Next one is Gunfight Arena. It uses bots to keep games active, kind of like Big Paintball 2. This means you can still play even if there aren't many real players online. Players mention that reloading takes a while, which can slow down the action. Ammo is also limited, so you must defeat others to get more. For heavy weapon users, it can be hard to find specific ammo, like rockets for RPGs, which limits how often you can use these weapons. Gunfight Arena was once more popular, but it's dropped off a bit. The issues with long reload times and ammo limits may be part of the reason for that. Gunfight Arena is a simple, casual shooter. It's easy to jump in and play, especially with bots filling up the lobbies, but it doesn't have as much depth as some other shooters on Roblox. Bad Business is one of the most challenging shooters on Roblox. If you like fast action, this game's got it. It's a skill-heavy game. You have to aim well and be quick. The more you play, the better you'll get. Bad Business also has unique player models. The characters are thin, making them smaller targets and harder to hit. This adds an extra challenge when trying to land shots. The game has a lot of customization. There are different weapons and skins, so you can change how your character and weapons look. Bad Business has a dedicated community, especially among players who like competitive, skill-focused games. If you're into intense matches, you'll find others here who are too. Centaura has a style inspired by World War II, but is set in a fantasy world. It doesn't focus on real history, but it still gives off that World War II vibe with its settings and weapons. The gameplay is intense and chaotic. You'll hear loud sounds and soldier screams, and the screen shakes a lot. This creates an immersive experience that feels like you're in a real battle. Centaura is known for its good graphics and realistic sounds. One of the strongest weapons in this game is the flamethrower. If you get hit by it, you can't survive, which adds a serious challenge to gameplay. The pace of Centaura is different from other shooters. It feels more like a war simulation, making it a heavier and more intense experience. Next one is Airsoft Battles, which is designed for casual play. It's less intense and competitive, which makes it great for beginners and younger players. If you're new to shooting games, this one is a good choice. The game has easy shooting mechanics. You can keep firing airsoft pellets without needing to aim too carefully. This makes it easier to hit other players. It's a bit like big paintball, but there are no automated defenses like sentries. This means surviving and getting kills is easier, so you can enjoy the game more. In Airsoft Battles, you can unlock different weapons. Each weapon has different rates of fire and accuracy, which adds some fun as you try to improve your gear. This game is perfect for younger players or anyone looking for a casual shooter without too much pressure. Aim Blocks has a quirky style. It's similar to games like Weaponry and Gunfight Arena, with fun visuals that make it feel different. The gameplay is simple. You can move around easily and enjoy straightforward player versus player combat. It's easy to pick up. The maps are decent but could be better. They work, but there's room for improvement in their design. Sometimes it's hard to tell if you're playing against real players or bots. Aim Blocks is like Gunfight Arena and Arsenal. It doesn't have automated defenses like sentries, so it's all about player versus player action. Next up is Big Paintball 2. The game includes bots, but they are often poorly designed. They can get stuck, making the gameplay feel unbalanced. Sometimes having too many bots on your team can be frustrating. Some automated sentries let players earn kills easily. This can give players free nukes when they interact with bots, which feels unbalanced. Players can get high kill streaks, but this is often because of the bot's behavior. It can take away some of the challenges in the game. Even with these issues, many players still find Big Paintball 2 fun. It might not be perfect, but it's worth a try if you liked the first game. Counterblocks has two teams, the terrorists and the counter-terrorists. The terrorists try to plant a bomb, while the counter-terrorists try to stop them and defuse it. This game is known for being very competitive. If you've played Counter-Strike, you might find Counterblocks familiar. However, more experienced players can do well against newer players, making it hard if you're just starting. There's also a trading community in Counterblocks. Players trade skins, which keeps the game interesting and helps it stay popular. In each round of Counterblocks, players earn money based on how well they do. This money can be used to buy better weapons and gear in later rounds, adding strategy to the game. In Weaponry, you play against real people, which makes the game more fun and competitive. The game has many different weapons, which gives players lots of choices for how to play. There are also multiple maps, which help keep the gameplay interesting. Weaponry is casual, but it's a bit more structured than games like Airsoft Battles or Big Paintball. It gives a classic shooter feel while still being easy for new players. It's similar to games like Gunfight Arena and Aim Blocks. Weaponry combines casual play with real players and some strategy. Base Battles is a domination-style game. Your main goal is to capture and control different points on the map. You earn points by controlling locations. The more places you hold, the more points you get each second. This encourages teamwork. The game has many vehicles to use. You can drive tanks and jeeps, or fly jet fighters and helicopters. There are even dragons, which makes it more exciting. Base Battles is usually casual, but it can get competitive. Some players are skilled, which makes the game intense. This game is inspired by the Battlefield series. It has mechanics similar to those of other Roblox games like Polybattles. Base Battles is a casual game, but it's well designed. It gives players a good experience. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. And if you think we missed any games, drop them in the comments below. See you next time.